In the remote reaches of the Tibetan Plateau, there stands a mountain shrouded in mystery. Mount Kailash, a majestic peak of granite and ice, has captivated the imaginations of people for millennia. Its towering presence inspires awe and wonder. Its slopes echo with ancient legends and spiritual significance. Mount Kailash is more than just a geological formation, it is a symbol of the universe itself, a nexus of powerful forces. For centuries, pilgrims have journeyed to its base, seeking enlightenment and a deeper connection to the divine. Join us as we venture into the heart of the Himalayas to unlock the secrets of Mount Kailash. Mount Kailash stands as a solitary sentinel in the Trans-Himalayan region of Tibet. Towering over 22,000 feet above sea level, this majestic peak dominates the landscape for miles around. Its four distinct faces, each carved by the forces of nature, point towards the cardinal directions. The mountain's remote location, nestled amidst the rugged peaks of the Himalayas, has contributed to its mystique. Surrounded by high-altitude deserts and glacial valleys, Kailash is accessible only by a network of ancient pilgrimage routes. Kailash is also closely associated with several sacred lakes, including Lake Manasaravar, which lies just a few miles to its south. These high-altitude lakes, fed by glacial meltwater, are considered to be sacred by multiple religions. The mountain's unique pyramidal shape has led to numerous interpretations and symbolic associations. Whatever the interpretation, there is no denying the power and majesty of Mount Kailash's physical presence. Mount Kailash is a sacred site revered by billions across the globe. Its spiritual significance transcends geographical boundaries and cultural differences. For adherents of Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, and Bon, Kailash represents a sacred axis mundi, a point where heaven and earth converge. For Hindus, Mount Kailash is revered as the abode of Lord Shiva, the destroyer and transformer within the Hindu trinity. Buddhists revere Mount Kailash as the abode of Demchok, a wrathful deity who represents supreme bliss and enlightenment. Tibetan Buddhists circumambulate the mountain in a clockwise direction, chanting mantras and spinning prayer wheels. Jains hold Mount Kailash sacred as the place where their first Tirthankara, Rishabhadeva, achieved liberation from the cycle of birth and death. The indigenous Bon religion of Tibet considers Mount Kailash to be the seat of the sky goddess Sipaimen. Bon practitioners circumambulate the mountain in a counterclockwise direction, performing rituals and making offerings. The convergence of these diverse faiths at Mount Kailash is a testament to its enduring spiritual significance. Section 4. Myths and Legends, Whispers in the Wind. The air around Mount Kailash is thick with myths and legends, passed down through generations of pilgrims and storytellers. One legend tells of the sage Milarepa, who engaged in a supernatural race to the summit of Kailash with a powerful Bon sorcerer. Milarepa, through his mastery of Tantric Buddhism, is said to have reached the summit first, claiming the mountain for Buddhism. Another legend speaks of Gauri Kund, a lake located near Mount Kailash. It is believed that goddess Parvati, the consort of Lord Shiva, created this lake with her own hands to quench her thirst. Local folklore is replete with tales of strange lights, unexplained phenomena, and mystical encounters experienced by those who venture too close to the mountain. Some pilgrims claim to have witnessed levitating monks and heard celestial music emanating from the peak. These myths and legends passed down through generations are more than just stories. They reveal the hopes, fears, and spiritual aspirations of the cultures that hold Mount Kailash sacred. Section 5. Scientific Perspectives, Unveiling the Secrets. While Mount Kailash is steeped in spiritual significance, scientists have also been drawn to its unique geological formations and the mysteries they hold. Geologists believe that Mount Kailash was formed millions of years ago by the collision of the Indian and Eurasian tectonic plates. This collision, which created the Himalayas, also gave rise to the unique pyramidal shape of Mount Kailash. Some researchers have proposed that Mount Kailash may be a giant pyramid built by an ancient civilization. They point to the mountain's symmetrical shape and its alignment with the cardinal directions as evidence of human intervention. However, there is no scientific evidence to support these claims. Studies have also been conducted on the unique electromagnetic properties of Mount Kailash. Some researchers believe that the mountain emits a strong electromagnetic field, which may account for the unusual experiences reported by some pilgrims. Despite scientific inquiry, much about Mount Kailash remains unexplained. Section 6. The Unclimbed Peak, Expeditions and Attempts. Despite numerous attempts, Mount Kailash remains unconquered. No climber has ever stood atop its summit, adding another layer of intrigue to its mystique. The primary reason for the lack of successful ascents is the sacred status of Mount Kailash. All four religions that revere the mountain consider it to be a sacred site, and climbing it is strictly forbidden. Out of respect for these beliefs, mountaineering permits are not issued by the Chinese government, which controls access to the region. Even if climbing were permitted, the logistical challenges of scaling Mount Kailash are formidable. In the 1980s, a renowned mountaineer, Reinhold Messner, was granted permission by the Chinese government to attempt an ascent of Mount Kailash. However, Messner, out of respect for the religious beliefs associated with the mountain, later declined the opportunity. Section 7 Conclusion: The enduring allure of the unknown. Mount Kailash, the enigmatic peak in the heart of the Himalayas, continues to captivate the human imagination. Its towering presence, its sacred significance, and the mysteries that surround it have inspired awe and wonder for millennia. We have journeyed to the base of this sacred mountain, exploring its geographical wonders, its cultural significance, and the myths and legends that have been woven around it for centuries. Yet despite our best efforts, Mount Kailash remains an enigma, a place where the known and the unknown converge. Perhaps the true allure of Mount Kailash lies not in unraveling all its mysteries but in embracing the unknown. It is a reminder that there are forces at work in the universe that we may never fully comprehend.